1, 2, 3. Hello, people of the interwebs. This is Wanderer Girl 108 again. I noticed that this introduction was cut out in the first video. Still trying to figure out the audio delay issues. Learned a lot from rewatching that last one. Sorry. And here's something else I like about this game. There is no point to that conversation whatsoever. There's no point to this character whatsoever. But he's there. It adds depth to the in-game world to have pointless areas and pointless characters, in my opinion. Things that really... But you just took the dagger from me. What was I saying? Dang it, what was I saying? Yeah, things in a game that literally have no purpose as far as the game goes, except to just kind of be there and add depth to the world. I like that. I like when they throw things in there that don't really matter. And not just like stupid background characters that randomly say one of several lines, but like individualized, pointless characters. I like that. Okay, so what do the king and queen have to say? Congratulations already? Wow. Ah. Again, the noises they make just amuse me. Something I also noticed watching that video, short pause for me equals long pause for a video. Gotta work on that. Also fillers like need to work on that too. So you see, it's a good thing I didn't showcase the best game, in my opinion, on my first try, because I have a lot to get used to. So I guess I can start reading the story now, I guess. While I'm playing, I'm not going to just stand here and talk, I'm going to walk and talk. Sorry for the pause, I'm just reading this. This is not what I remembered. Wow. It's a lot longer than I remember. I am so sorry about that. That was terrible. I'm so sorry. Won't happen again. So, the prologue here actually reads like an actual book. An actual narrative. Before I do, something about these small enemies that's really annoying. If they get close enough to you for you to hit them, most of the time, at the same time, they'll be so close to the point where instead of hitting them with your weapon, you just kind of knock them away with your shield, which only does like 1 point of damage, when most weapons can usually deal enough damage to kill it in one hit. Not the best design for a game. It's an old game. They didn't care about being as user-friendly back in the day. Apple key. And yes, all the keys are fruits. It's the Fruit Kingdom, after all. That ticking was just to tell me that the heart one of those enemies dropped was disappearing. They do that. Hello, Switch. But wait a minute. God, I'm forgetting things right and left. I attribute it to nerves. And yes, I know I said I was gonna read this story. I'm sorry, I'm new. There's just some other pointless rooms in here that I just want to look around in just to showcase reasons why I like this game. There's this room with a chest that contains 2 coins. Also, those coins aren't currency. If you collect 50 of them, you get an extra life. That's what they do. Hello, Big Blue Bear. And he vanishes. There was absolutely no point to that conversation whatsoever, but it was there. I enjoy that. Okay, so that's out of the way. A relatively pointless area, a completely pointless character and conversation, but it was there. They were all there. Why? Because. Just because. Because depth of this world. So, love that. Alright, reading the prologue now. Bad Custard sat down with the book on his lap. It was dusty and it smelt of mold. Fat, juicy bookworms peered up at him from between the pages and blew raspberries at him, but he just sneered back and squished them between his fingers. Ew. Hello. Oh. And sit down. This is the only save points in the game, so it's best to do them. Anyway. He stroked the leather binding and caressed the gold letters as he read them yet again. Book of Magic, it said. And in a handwritten script at the bottom it said, "To my dearest Queenie, happy 407th birthday, you don't look a day over 350. Love from the King." Wow, they live a long time. Bad Custard opened the book and coughed as the dust clouded round him. He pried the crisp pages apart. As he did so, he felt a dark power surge through him. He could tell he was in for some fun. So that's the prologue. This part reads less like a book and more like a fairy tale. Maybe even a troll fairy tale. Just looking around here. That will matter later. Just not right now. Okay. More pointless places and pointless characters. I'm just looking around because sometimes areas aren't pointless, they have goodies. That was a very small, wimpy wah. Nothing here. And I've just noticed I'm already almost running over time. Eek. This is a lot harder than I thought. Okay, so chapter 1. 1 second. Once upon a time. That's how all good fairy tales begin. And it's how this one begins too. Although if you're expecting magic beans, glass slippers, and the odd long-haired lass stuck up a tower, you'll be sorely disappointed. Because this one features, well, that would be telling. You'll have to play it to find out. I think we're safe in saying it's the first one to include a ninja backflip, and that's what I was talking about when I said they don't mention it in the tutorial, but they mention it in the story. You can do this. So let's start again. Once upon a time, there was a fox cub called Kingsley, who lived in Carrot Castle, home of the king and queen of Fruit Kingdom. And though they brought him up as their son, it was obvious from his unmistakable fox features that he didn't really belong to them, because they're rabbits. That's amusing. I haven't read this story in a while, so. Kingsley knew that his real dad was a brave true knight who had long since departed the scene. He was proud of him, of course. True knights were the most noble soldiers of the realm, after all. But sadly, he remained a very distant memory. Sorry, hard to play and read at the same time, but I think it's worth it. Chapter 2, already. And this is something just funny. Nothing useful, just a heart. Okay. Actually, before I start chapter 2, I'm going to stop the video here because I can't go over 15 minutes. And it's already past 14. This is very good experience. I'm very glad I decided to do this game first, as opposed to the one I really want to show everyone. So, thank you all for watching, if you did, which I would understand if you didn't. And so yeah, see you in the next vid.